It's the universe pumpkin. This is one I looked at in my last Infinity series, and I don't know, I really like it. Look at its eyes and its mouth and stuff, and you see stars. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what we have on now. So we're going to take a look at some other things now, like this guy, which is a piece of crap. It's crap. Why? Because, I don't know, it's broken or something. So I'm going to tell you a little bit, let's see, how can I explain this? Alright, so I had a chest here pumping in, I had a chest here pumping out, and that worked fine. You see right here, I have a whole lot of cyanite ingots. No problem. But I stacked in a whole bunch of yellorium, and I turned this guy on. You see, it's tiny. So the usage was only like 0.2. Even though it was like fully powered and everything, I had this set up, and I had a whole bunch of stuff. This guy right here, I had this setup. Now, if you don't know, if reactors isn't broken in your mod pack, then you can use this setup. And what this does, basically, what is going on? This is the, reactor rednet port. You can come here and you can say white, output the energy amount. So the amount of energy stored in the reactor itself will be output on the white channel. And then you can say input, right here, input change control rod insertion. And you use a regular rednet cable here, hook it into a programmable rednet controller, and what this says is that in white channel, out black channel. And what that's going to do, and you see right here, maximum 2 input, that's all you need. The rest of that, you can set it up like you just saw, pause the video, go back, pause it, whatever if you need to. But what that's going to do is basically, as your reactor fills up with energy, it will change the control rod insertion so that they're only partially, so it's only partially functioning. And I have 4 of these here that I don't need anymore. I should have taken them down a while ago, but if you look at my chunk boundaries, this is the 4 chunks that the reactor is in. I was testing a theory that maybe because it wasn't chunk loaded, this is why the issue is happening. Not true. It's still broken. Anyway, so what was going on is that while I was here, I could sit and AFK on the game in this world for hours upon hours, and it only used a few ingots. Like, that's just the thing that happened. But I went to the overworld. I went here and bam, I went bam, and went into, the overworld or the nether or wherever else outside of this world, and I would come back no later than 5 minutes. And I'd have like 4 stacks missing out of my chest. So it like overused all of my yellorium in like, I don't know, like 10 minutes of being out of the world, and it was all gone. It was ridiculous. So when, of course, when I log off, it just kind of, everything was gone. Like my entire reactor was empty, my tesseracts, nothing was working. It was just one of those situations. It was like crap. So I mustered through it. I grinded out enough stuff to get myself a couple redstone solar panels, which are very difficult. By the way, let's go take a look at solar panels. Solar panels. These guys, you need 8 hardened. For each of these, you need, this. So basically, for 1 redstone, if you take a look here, you can actually look at the generation amount. And you see the generation? That's how many of these leadstone ones you need. So if you're 64, I needed 64. So I got 2 of them, which means I needed 128 of these guys. Which is not necessarily, it's not really difficult to get. It's just a lot of crafting. Like, it's not really that expensive. It's pretty cheap stuff. You got sand for the glass, and you got to turn them into panes, and then you got lapis, and then iron. There is a bits of steel, but as you know, I already had a bunch of steel in here anyway. So it wasn't really a huge deal either. So it was just kind of a thing, but it was just tedious. It was like, man, I still have to do this. I have to do a whole bunch of crafting, especially with, an ME system that's like stocked. Ugh. Anyway, so back to the cheerful stuff. We have this guy right here. This guy is awesome. Why? Because this is where my hypercube is going to go. And there you have it. Here is my hypercube. Now, it doesn't look too incredibly impressive just yet, but look in there. That is a, let's go ahead and actually go inside real quick. This is a 16K crafting storage. The reason I didn't make a 64K right away is just because that is a lot more work. I didn't really want to go all the way through and get a 64K. 16K is going to work for now. Hey, super jump. Holy crap. It's kind of annoying sometimes. Anyway, so with this guy in here, what this is, it provides all of the ME controllers you will ever need for anything ever. I mean, you don't need any more. And it goes out and it's a 7x7x7. So what that is, 7 is the longest you can take an ME controller multi-block structure before it like deactivates, before it's invalid or whatever. So you have 7 in all of these directions. And then in between, you have all of your interfaces and molecular assemblers that you will need for auto crafting. Like there's 73, I think is the number, 73 ME interfaces in this thing. And each one has access to, at the very least, 3 molecular assemblers. And I'm going to go over later exactly how to put patterns in and everything so that you actually use this the most efficient way possible. But we'll get into that in a little bit. First, I have to see if my power source over here, right now, we're not crafting anything in these guys or anything. I mean, these guys are just done for now. I do have the chests here, but that's a different story. Since my ME system is full, I'm using all these random chests for everything. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this guy, and we're going to go and see if it's enough to power it. And just temporarily, we're going to take the energy acceptor and the energy cell as well. Come here, you. So my ME system is going to go down, but if this is able to power it, then we're just going to stick these guys right on top for now. We're not going to worry about anything else, just not yet, you know, not yet. But what I want to do is this, and then we're going to take one of the cables and actually send it directly into it that way. So now we should be able to tell if this is enough power for everything. In theory, it will, but it doesn't look like it's transmitting anything. Is that going to work? I don't know. You need to be disabled. Thank you. That's better. Much better. All right, let's take you off for now. Hopefully you're working. You should work. Energy? What? Always active. Yes. Just insert. I don't know. This should be powering things. Oh, you know what? It's probably because it's touching this, so it's going directly into this guy first, which means it may not be enough. It probably isn't enough, now that I think about it. Let's do it this way, so that way at least we'll see. Well, and it's just going to come directly out of the energy cell anyway. But let's hook up both of these guys to the same thing. Hook this guy up here. Let's just do this a different way to see if we can make it work. If not, we're going to have to do some finicking. Probably end up hooking both of these guys and these guys up just to get it to work, and then we can try to do some auto crafting of some solar panels, so that way we don't have to worry about the lava stuff anymore. We can just get everything done. We'll be good to go. But first, let me see if I can get this to work, just to see if, you know, things are going to work at all. 2 redstone, man. Two of the redstone ones. But it does not look like it's powering. And this thing does take a lot of power. Like, it really does. I don't know if this is ever going to work or not. This is just a test. Of course, it's ugly, and everything will be designed later. Hold your horses. It'll be fine. But for now, we just need it to be active, man. We want some auto crafting. I really need the auto crafting so I can make some solar panels, which I'm going to have to do in very, very tiny batches, and only one at a time since I only have one 16K. It's not nearly enough. But eventually we'll be able to auto craft a bunch more of these guys as well, so we don't have to worry about that too much in the future. But what's that traveling stuff? What? What? Traveling? Oh, wow. He didn't. Okay. Anyway, I'll explain that to him later. That's my camera mod stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna wait. I'm gonna see if I can't figure out a way to make this thing turn on. If it turns on, then we're good. If it turns on and stays on, then we're good. But it does not look like that's going to be a thing that happens. So, I don't know. Let me go and see if I can pull these guys over there, see if I can get stuff working, and then I will be right back. Oh no, what happened? I did. Yeah, so all of my power sources combined could not power this thing. I don't know. I left it up for a while. My these guys right here, they generated a lot. Like, they had some stored power in them, right? And you would just go to that thing, you would hook it up, and you would just see this, like, go boom. That was a funny sound, but it was cool. And it's true. Like, it shrank so fast. You need so much power to power this thing that it's kind of ridiculous. So, basically what I've done is I just moved out one of the interfaces and 4 of the molecular assemblers. And that does seem to be able to power it. Oh, is it going up still? I hope it's going up still. I thought it was at 70 something earlier, wasn't it? Ooh, I got to keep my eye on this guy. I could have swore. Maybe. Ooh, I don't know. It looks like it's going up right now, but I could have swore it was like 70 something before. I also want to find a way to fix that daggone tooltip. I mean, it's see-through, so like in the sky, like it's really hard to read in a lot of cases. It's dumb that it doesn't have its own little background. But, I don't know, there's probably a config option for that. I just got to find it and fix it. Anyway, so it does look like it's charging up. I just hope that doesn't, like, change. Be a thing forever, because I need you. Anyway, so what we need to do is we need to go in and do some pattern things. Blank pattern? Yes, we need you. And do we have enough? We have pure Certus. We don't want that. We want regular Certus. And then we need some more iron. I thought I had some more in here. I sure do. Amazing. All right, so what we need to do is actually, at the very least, we need to make a pattern for these guys, but just the first tier, because this takes a lot. Oh, I can't even do it because I need my crafting storage. Oh, man. Crap. Can I get in here and take that? And can my system support it without, you know, destroying everything? Is that a thing that can happen? Can you do that and be a thing that happens without draining my system? Still seems like it's going up for now. It is pretty slow, but it does seem like it's working. Worst case scenario, we'll just drag these guys over here. That's another 128, I think, or whatever. 128 RF per tick. Anyway, so it's not a whole lot, I know, but it's a thing. Anyway, so what we can do is we can go ahead and make a few blank patterns. And the first thing we want to do is we want to make the solar panel like the first tier, like the first one. This is what we want to make, but we have a couple other patterns to make first. We got to make the photovoltaic cells. And we also need to make the lapis shards because I have regular lapis. So we want to make the panes, we want to make the lapis, we want to make the nuggets, all of those into patterns. And we want to make, if we go back, we also want to make this guy, which is regular iron, and then lead, so we need to make that. So we need 1 there, 2, 3, 4 here, and then 5 for the steel nuggets, which we don't really have to do all these patterns, but I like making patterns for like everything, so the system tells me exactly what I need. But, you know, we need a few of these things. So we're going to make this many. Hopefully that's enough. Wait, what? Why R? Be a thing. What? No. You, what? Be, crap. R. U. And then U. What am I missing? The Certus quartz dust? I totally am. Do I have any in here? It does not look like I do. Alright, so we're going to take some Certus quartz, because this is a thing that apparently needs to happen, like right now. But we're going to end up making up a few patterns, and basically the way patterns work is that I need to go, I forgot a step. Pattern. Terminal. Okay, so I need to make the pattern terminal first, which is a crafting terminal with an engineering processor. Now, I've already made the crafting terminal here, but basically, if we go to the pattern, let's just go down the chain, shall we? Pattern terminal, right here. So we need the crafting terminal and this guy. This guy, not too hard to get. This one, okay, we need a calculation, a crafting table, and an ME terminal. How do we get that? We need 1 of each of those, a logic processor, and bright illuminated panel. Then we need to make these guys. So it's a pretty, it's a rabbit hole. I need to make some more quartz glass. I need to do a few things. There's a few things that I need to make. I need to do. If I can talk right. I don't know. We're going to find out. Anyway, so we need a bunch of this quartz glass. That's one thing we're going to do as well. Bam, 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 bam. Do I have... Wait, let's just... you, and you, and you. One of these had quartz glass in it somewhere. Here you go. Bam. Found it. Alright, so now I have 4. I need some more, but that's a different story. So we need to make all of this stuff, basically. We really, really need this guy. Do we have enough for you? We don't. We need one of the other ones and a logic processor. Crap. So, alright, I'm going to go and make a pattern terminal, hook it up somewhere, probably right here, because this whole thing is dirty and ugly, and I hate it, but I need it for now. And once I do that, I'm going to show you how to make a pattern, and then I'm just going to make all of the patterns. All of them that I need. So I'm going to make all of them that I need, except one, so that I can show you what's going on with it and everything like that. But other than that, pretty much everything else is going to be done here in just a second. Alright, so here we are. What you need to do, what you've got to do is basically, once you have the pattern terminal, you want to come in here and make sure you have a blank pattern in the top. You can go right to your recipe and just shift click it in. You see how it popped it up right here? Now I can actually take this out and it would make the item, but I don't want to do that right now because I want to make sure I have all of these supplies first. But what you do is you come down to Encode Pattern, and it just basically it makes it, and it says what you make with what. And that's pretty much that simple. So you can take out your pattern, you see right here, and now you can actually get to show them. You see how they all just changed? That's because I'm holding shift right now. Holding shift, letting go. Holding shift, letting go. It's a thing. It's pretty cool. It's yeah. So basically, I now have all of the patterns that I need. So for one of these guys, I need to make all of these. Now, you don't have to. And I'm going to show you really quick what happens. Like, if I go here, go to the encoded pattern. Oh, crap. No, give me that back. That just went into my system in case you didn't know that that was what that did. Pattern. Here we go. I put it in the wrong slot, people. It's a thing that happens sometimes. You actually need it down here where it says patterns, you know? That's a thing. But if I put it down here, and you see now when I go to my system, I can go right here to craftable, and I have one of these. So if I'm like, hey, I want 1, 2, 5 of these. What it tells me is that I need each one of these, but I don't want it to do that. I don't. What I want it to do instead is to actually show me the basic components that I need for this. Like the basic of the basics. So now if I go in here and say craft 5 of these, now it will tell me all of the base supplies that I need in order to get this. To craft is 5, but it's using these other basic supplies. Available, I already have those available, but if I didn't, it would say the requirements for those. So I can be like, hey, so right now I only need 2 lead ingots and 5 iron ingots. Bam, I have those somewhere. Look, see, I have 5 of these and I have these. So let's go ahead and throw these into my system real quick. And then I can do that, and then I can go and be like, hey, craft me, what did I say, 5? Yeah, now it's available. So I can start this, and it will now make 5 of them. You see how it's crafting them all? It was real quick, I know, but you probably saw it. So now if we go into our system, and we're looking for the leadstone solar thingies. Type in leadstone, look, bam, we have 5 of them. It's a thing that we have. It's pretty amazing. So now what we can do is once we get enough power sorted out to power this thing, is that we can go in, like I said, this is you know, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 patterns available per interface. Remember how many interfaces I said I had on this thing? I think the number's 73. I don't remember specifically, but it's something pretty close to that. 73 times 9 patterns. That's a lot. That's a lot. So even with, you know, one solar panel taking this much, because the extra tiers, you know, this is all for the first one, and it looks like a lot. But if we go to the second one, the only thing we need to do, since these are all completely done, is just make the pattern for this. And since this is already done, that's all we have to do. We make this pattern, and then we make this pattern. So 2 patterns per next tier solar panel. And we can just do it all the way to the ultimate. So then we can, once we figure out, I have to get this powered. I want to show you how much stuff you need for this. I really, really, really do. But I can't do that until I can get this guy online. I just don't have enough room. I don't have enough power. So I need to keep making these things over and over and over again. I need to make as many of these things as I possibly can just to keep going up the tiers. Because I don't even have enough slots available. Oh, I have 2. So I can go ahead and make the hardened. But that's about it. I can go straight to the hardened. Maybe I can throw on another interface and 2 more. I might be able to power that, and then I can go all the way to redstone. Just toss in the redstone, and that way I can just, I don't know. We'll see how high I can get. But the basic idea is that I'm just going to go and see if I can't get a whole bunch of power prepped and ready for this guy and actually turn this on. I want this thing to turn on so bad by the end of the episode. That's what I want. That's what I want to happen, people. That's what we're going to work for. And I'm going to do that right about now. Holy moly. Holy moly. I did it. I did the thing. Craftable. Yeah, this. Look. Redstone solar panel. I can make one. I can just go bam. Now, this is what you need, okay? You need a lot of paints. You need a lot of iron. You need a lot of redstone. You need only about 64 lapis. You need a lot of quite clear glass. That's just what I made my thing out of. I think regular glass would work too. But since I made my pattern with quite clear glass, that's what it asks for. That's what it knows how to use, basically. 32 lead. I mean, you need a lot of stuff. Like, it's a lot. I'm so glad we do have enough steel. We're going to be running out of that. So I'm going to be stocking this guy up here in just a little while. But I need to make sure I have enough iron for everything. I'm processing a bunch of it now. Oh, it's empty. I need to get, let's throw some more iron in here. Hold on. Let's do, wait, what am I doing? This. Iron. Come here, iron. Let's do this. Just keep processing forever. All right, cool. Now, I did say I did it, didn't I? Right at the beginning of this, I didn't do what I wanted to do. That's not done yet because this thing, yeah. No, that's not a, yeah. I didn't do that. Not yet. Well, I still want to do that by the end of the episode. We're going to see what happens. Anyway, I did get one more. And as you saw there, I have all the supplies for a second one, which means we have 4. We have 4 of them. If we can muster out the strength to grind out everything we need for 4 more of these, then we can make the next tier one. Now, if we take a look at the solar panel for the next tier, the Resonant solar panel, that's 512 RF a tick. That might be enough. I don't know. We're going to try it with 4 just in case. I have no idea about what kind of power consumption this thing has, but trust me, we're going to find out. We're going to find it out. Anyway, so like you see here, I want to show you something cool while you're doing this stuff. So that stuff's processing. But basically, if you come here, you'd be like, hey, I want 1 because I can only make 1. If I go up 1 more, I'm missing stuff. So I can only do 1. I can only do the 1 solar panel. So we'll do 1. You see, I have all the supplies for that. And we start. Now, what you can do is you can actually go to crafting status right here, and you see exactly what it's making as it's making it. But you can also go to this thing and you can watch it and craft everything. Like, it's pretty cool just seeing your little items floating in here. Oh, I floated away. I didn't mean to do that. But I always like to go to the crafting status. I think it's cooler to see this. So you see exactly what it's crafting at the time. And it's really, really cool. I love how they do that. It's just amazing. It's like fantastic. You see how it just like, bam, got enough, bam. Got enough, bam. Got enough, bam. It's just doing that stuff. You see that? It's pretty cool. Anyway, so we're just going to let this guy craft up. That'll give us another one because we already had this one. We're going to take these 2. We're going to try to hook everything back up. And if it works, then I will be back to show you that it worked. If it doesn't, I'm going to try to grind out a bunch more to see what I can't get done before I have to come back and, you know, finish off the episode and all that good stuff. So hang tight. Hopefully things will come together here in a second. Wow. Just realized the really, really long vines. Well, I thought they were really long, but apparently I'm flying up like crazy. Look at that. Vines. Sweet. Do they slow me down if I fly through them? They don't. Anyway, moving on. I'll be back in a second. I got it working. It's working. Oh my God. Look at the colors. It's working. That means it's on. You see the flashing? You want to know what I had to do to make it work? Everything. Look, I had to upgrade this guy to the next tier. I don't know how much power. Is this 320 RF per tick? Does somebody tell me how to know how much power this thing's going? Because I'm trying to figure it out. But if you look here, this is slowly going up. Very, very, very slowly. If I take one of these off, it drains. Like, it just continues to drain like, oh my goodness, it's wicked. So this is like barely enough. But what I need to do is I need to move everything over. And if you think about it, that's more devices, which means that's more power. But then we have this guy right here. So we have another, you know, generator that we can hook up to this guy. Just stick it right on the other end or something. And then I can hook the rest of this stuff up. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do that right now. I do want to... Oh, I need... see, this is why the... Which panel... terminal thing is it? Terminal? There's one of these that's really, really handy. Interface terminal. Yes, interface terminal. What that does is it actually shows you all of the interfaces in your thing so you can interact, which is why this thing is even possible, like plausible. Because if you had to go to each one of these things individually to put in all of your, you know, patterns and everything, it'd be kind of weird. You could do it. You really could. But it just makes it so much easier with an interface terminal. Because then you can click on that guy. It shows you all of them in a, you know, very nice little list. And I can just put all these guys in, no problem. So we'll probably end up making one of these here soon as well. But what I need, wait, is this the thing that I can do like right now? Please tell me yes. No, I don't have, what do I need? Oh, I need an interface. Can I do that? No. What do I, no, what? Wait, you. I need one of you. Can I do that? No. No, I can't do that one either. Anyway, so I'm eventually going to get one of those guys and hook it up. But what I'm going to do now is actually move everything over. We're going to start with a power source. Just so we know that it's not going to go down. And what? No, give me. I want you. Let's go. Let's do... Bam. Oh, no. Shift. There we go. Which I don't know if you guys realize this or not. You see me placing these things when I have to shift. Like when you place a block, right? You right click. Okay, that's something everybody knows. But if you try to right click on the side of this guy, bam, you can't do it. Now normally you can shift, but if you shift, oh crap, I'm going down. That's what normally happens. But if you hold shift and space at the same time, you're still shift clicking, but you're not going down because you're trying to go up at the same time. It just counteracts and then it makes it perfect. So you hold shift and space when you're flying and it's amazing. You're not filling. Fill. Yay! So now we should be pretty much good to go. This guy should be charging up really, really nicely. What? Why are you going down? Seriously, why are you going down? That doesn't make any sense. What is happening? What? What? Say what? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you go down? How does that make any sense? Woo! Fly. Break. Are you going to work now? Are you going up? No, you're not. Why? That really confuses me. Like, a lot. What in the world is happening? Oh, there it goes. Now it's going up. Why is that a thing that's happening? I put down this guy. And you go down? Oh, no. Now you're going up, like, a lot. That's better. What was happening? I don't get it. Something was going... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's start moving some stuff over really quick. You know what? I'm going to do this off camera. You don't need to see me move all this crap over. Stuff. I mean, my awesome stuff over. It's because it's totally awesome and it's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make that interface terminal I told you about. I'm going to move everything over, make it look not so pretty at the moment, but it'll be functional, which is the important part right now. And then I'll bring you back. But I do want to make a quick little point. If you look at my coordinates, which I know is very, very, very hard to see. I got to increase the size of that, which I'll do here in between clips or whatever. I just realized it was so tiny. But it's 0, 0. This is 0, 0 right here. The perfect center of this thing is 0, 0. My base is going to be perfectly centered on 0, 0, and it's amazing. It's a thing. Anyway, I'll see you in a second. All right. It's so amazing, right? But it looks so ugly. It's oogly. Oogly is totally a new word I just made up. Do you like it? I like it. Anyway, so this thing is now, it's kicking, it's going strong. This guy's fully charged. These guys are full up. Everything is going just fine. So we don't have any problems. Look at this. I have my pattern terminal. It's amazing. I have my crafting terminal. That's amazing. And I did make the interface terminal. So here's the thing. I told you 73 was the number, but I was off by 1. It's 72. There are 72 molecular assemblers in this thing. That's insane. I don't know how many actual interfaces. I thought it said how many interfaces there were, but it doesn't. But each one of these rows is a new assembler. So let me go get these things real quick. I have some in here. Bam, like this. I'm just going to show you real quick. I'll end up organizing these things later. But, okay, since you have all of these guys, you know, they're so close together, but they're sharing molecular assemblers, right? So if you have a pattern in here for whatever, you want it to use all 4 in order to process faster. So what you want to do is you want to spread these things out. When you have patterns, spread them out. You know, I have all these patterns for solar panels. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to pretty much just kind of spread them out a bit. Doesn't have to be huge amounts, just some. You know, basically like that. Anyway, so I'm going to end up sorting all that out. Hopefully you understood that explanation a little bit. I'm not the best at explaining things, but I do try. I do try. So I hope you got it. Anyway, that's about all I have time for in this episode. So if you liked the episode, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more, you want my videos sent directly to you, don't forget to subscribe. Comment, favorite, share if you feel like you want to. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget about the Universe Pumpkin, and I will see you next time. Bye.